everybody. Mediocre at best ASMR here. Thanks for joining me tonight. Again, fair warning, I am filming pretty late tonight. We had a very long evening trying to get our son to transition into a toddler bed. It did not go well. I won't get into it, but we had to basically revert our plans and we're just gonna try again another time. So anyways, I wanted to try to film something regardless. I had some things I wanted to show you guys. I don't know how long of a video this is going to be, but we're gonna see what happens. And again, I am fairly tired, so things might get a little weird, so I hope you're ready. Or they might not, I don't know. Anyways, let's start with something simple. So this is Battlefield 6. Some of you have heard of this game. It released, I think, a couple months ago. I actually only recently picked it up. And funny enough, I originally picked up Call of Duty Black Ops 7. For those of you that know, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. And for those of you that don't know, it wasn't a good game. I think I was just hoping that nostalgia would take over, and it looked, you know, like Nuketown, all that stuff. It was okay, but at the end of the day, it was just the same stuff that's been coming out for the past 10 years. And I just wasn't having fun. And the main reason I get these games is to have fun and to not have to, like, think about a story. Like, I prefer a single player game, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm tired at the end of the day, right? I'm very tired. And sometimes I don't have long to play if I play anything. So a game like this, where I can just turn my brain off and hopefully have fun. There's not really a point, maybe just to like level up or something. That's ideal for me. So I tried Call of Duty out. I had fun for a few hours, but then I was just like, this is the same, and it was super toxic. Like it was so, I was just trying to be a casual, you know, like have some fun, right? I'm a dad. I don't have a ton of time to dedicate to gaming. I was just getting annihilated by what I assume are like 14-year-olds or like streamers that have nothing else to do but like play all day. And I don't want to go on this rant right now, but I might. What happened to hobbies in this country? Why can't something just be a hobby anymore? Like, it's really cool that everything can just be like a career now, but it's making it so hard for the casual players out there to just be casual and have fun. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So this is Battlefield 6. I ended up trading Call of Duty in for Battlefield. I actually made money, which is weird, but yeah, this is much better. I'm having a lot more fun, and the graphics are way better. Yeah. Call of Duty wasn't a total loss because I actually just ended up I used a gift card for it at Best Buy. And I had been sitting on that gift card for almost a year. It was a gift card for my birthday, which is in January. So I was like, I need to use it on something. And I was like, I kind of want to play Call of Duty over Thanksgiving break. So picked it up, played it for a few hours. Was like, nah. Then I just had to take it to GameStop, trade it in, got this instead because this was on sale for like $40. And I think I actually had leftover money, so worked out. And this is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. If anyone wants to play, let me know. I know that was a lot of rambling about Call of Duty and Battlefield, but it might be one of those nights, one of those videos. It also has a pretty decent campaign. I mean, in my opinion, it's decent, but I think some people would probably disagree. Again, I just turned my brain off during this game, and I'm not really paying attention a whole lot. It just looks nice for like a shooting FPS, you know? And this really isn't usually my type of game. I'm playing it very specifically so I don't have to basically pay attention. I'm also playing Arc Raiders, so I'm basically switching off between this and Arc Raiders. And I actually bought Arc Raiders the same day I bought this, so I'm having a lot of fun there too. I have no idea what I'm doing, but if anyone wants to help me out, let me know. It's been a lot of fun though. It was funny when I was at GameStop. Every once in a while, I'll go to GameStop like once a year. This is my once. But the cashier was like, "Oh, like I was trading in Call of Duty and buying this." I told him like, "Hey, I'm trading this in. I want to buy this." He's like, "Oh, good man." Like apparently, like that was the right decision. So everyone's hating Call of Duty right now. And for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It could not mean less. Wait, it could not mean less. It couldn't mean less. It could mean less. No, could not mean less. There you go. I'm filming this on Sunday night, so I hope everyone had a good weekend. And I'm going to be uploading this on Monday. So I hope everyone, had a good Monday. A good start to their week. Mondays can be rough for me, so especially when I stay up late like I am right now. Chopstick time. Sometimes my house makes noises. I don't know what's going on. It's a relatively new house, so I don't know what the issue is. I guess it's just settling. But I think someone commented like, "Oh, is there drums in your room?" It's like, no, it's just my house. It's a pretty cool cool cover as covers go. Here's the back. There's a lot of nonsense back here. Just for a game. Look at all that. No one reads that. If someone was going to read that, it would be me. But I don't even read that, so... Battlefield 6. B A T T L E F I E L D 6. Battlefield 6 for the PS5. PS5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 soldiers. Here's an explosion. It's by BF Studios and Electronic Arts. And it's rated M for mature. You know what's funny? As soon as we put my son back in his old bed, well, his crib, it's one of those cribs that just transitions into a toddler bed. But as soon as I transitioned it back, he fell asleep. I don't know. He climbed out of his crib today, which scared us, but we were able to lower it one more setting, lower the mattress. And we both kind of agreed, though, that maybe it was time to transition him to the toddler setup anyways. He wasn't at the height yet, but he's a climber. He's always been a climber. And we were both kind of afraid that, well, now that he knows that he can get out, he's just going to get out regardless. But he has to be able to sleep, so we tried it for a few hours. Toddler setup didn't work. So we're going to try it again, maybe in a couple weeks or something. But I did put a bunch of pillows down on the floor just in case he decides to climb out of the crib again. I really don't think he's going to be able to, knock on wood, but I lowered the mattress much farther, so the joys of being a father. Okay. Battlefield 6. So next, and this is, I think, pretty relevant right now. Stranger Things Funko Pop, Steve Harrington. So this is from season... I think this might be season 3. Yeah. I don't think it's last season. I'm not sure it's season 3 or 4. But does it say? It doesn't say. I mean, here's the back. Or I guess it could be season 2. No, I don't know. Maybe it's 2 or 3. I can't remember. But Steve Harrington, probably my favorite character. The actor Joe Keery is also a really good musician who goes by the name of Joe, DJO. Great music. But anyways, I think I have one Funko Pop from Stranger Things. I might get more. I'm not like a huge Stranger Things fan, but season 1 was really good. Like the vibe was just amazing, and that was like 10 years ago. We did catch up on season 5. Is it the 5th season? I think it is. I don't know. We've caught up. Maybe it's season 4. I don't know. I'm tired. But we are caught up. I'm not going to talk about spoilers, but for me, they lost the momentum. They kind of lost their momentum a little bit, and just the gap is killing me. Like all 4 seasons of The Bear, 3 or 4, came out in between the last season and this season of Stranger Things, which is crazy to me. Like, I understand it takes a long time to make a show like this, but come on. And the fact that they're releasing it like this is just... And Netflix just bought Warner Brothers, which is a whole other thing. I don't know where antitrust law is in this country, but apparently it's not effective anymore. Anyways, this season for me started a little slow, and I kind of forgot, like, it's not The Wire, it's not West Wing, it's not The Sopranos, or even Game of Thrones. It's its own thing. And I read something that Netflix, regardless of like what they're making, they're always gonna make content that kind of caters to the lowest common denominator. It's always gonna seem like, hey, I know what you guys are up to. You don't have to keep telling me. You don't have to keep reminding me. That's the vibe I got from this season. Like, they were really, like, just repeating themselves a lot. The dialogue seemed very, like, TV, movies for TV kind of thing, which I guess it's a TV show, but I don't know. I think I'm not the intended audience anymore, maybe. And, however, the finale, I guess the mid-season finale was very good. I will say that. Cliffhanger was great. Yeah, they got me back with that last episode for sure, but it was just slower in the beginning. And I think if I had watched other seasons, like if they were more recent in my head, I would have been more in like, okay, this is how they talk, this is how dialogue on this show is written. The acting isn't like it's spectacular. I mean, it's good, but like, you know, it's its own thing. And it's like when you have that large gap between seasons, it's really easy to kind of get removed from that and lose that mindset. So when you're kind of taken back into the world, it's just like, whoa, this is kind of, you know, it just wasn't probably as good as I remembered it, right? So anyways, this is a Funko Pop. I have quite a few, and I'll show them eventually, but I thought this might make some pretty good sounds, so. And I might be rambling more than usual tonight, given how tired I am. So, sorry about that. I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes my wife just lets me talk, and I know that she's zoning me out. I can just tell. But in her defense, I think sometimes I'm just not making sense. Especially like our late night chats. I'm just like going off on Star Wars or something, and she's like, yeah. I love her though. Sometimes I just need to get it out, and she gets me, you know. Like tonight, I was watching Actors on Actors by, I think it's Variety and CNN, and it was with Jonathan Bailey from Wicked and David Cornsweth from, he's Superman. And they were just nerding out over theater, and film and stuff, which I love. And I was kind of like talking to her about some stuff, and I could just tell she was like, eyes were glossed over. She was tired too. But I don't know. I just like talking, I guess. If anyone is looking for a really good podcast episode to watch, it is Rick Glassman's podcast. I forgot what it's called, but he did an episode with David Cornswith, and I loved it. I've watched it a couple times now, and they basically just talk about the science behind a joke, like how to tell a joke for an hour. It's incredible. That's like my thing. So yeah, it's one of those episodes where if you're on that wavelength, spectrum, if you're on that wavelength, you're gonna have a good time. Here's Steve's forehead. Pop. Steve Harrington is known for his hair, so Stranger Things. S-T-E-V-E. Steve. There he is. There's that hair. He has, I think he has a green vest on. This might be season 2. Honestly, this might be from, I think he was working at a video store, if I remember. So this might be season 2. S-T-E-V-E. S-T-E-V-E. And looks like there is 8 different Funko Pops, including Steve. There's 11. Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Will, Max, Robin, and Steve. Maybe this is season 3, because I know there's Billy. I think Billy was probably my favorite character, to be honest, but obviously that didn't work out. Yeah, I don't know what season this is. I think it is the season where they worked at a movie store. Maybe that's season 3, not season 2. I don't know. I'm gonna keep rambling about this if I don't move on, so, but yeah, I'd love to know who everyone's favorite, character is. So, yeah, let me know. And also, if you guys have watched the latest 4 episodes, let me know what you think. I'd be curious. I'd love to chat about it. Okay, next. This is kind of a weird one, but this is a candle from Diptyque. It's a very, very fancy, I don't even know what you'd call this. I don't know if that's technically what it's called. A bougie parfumé. I'm really bad at French. I grew up, like, learning Spanish. I'm a quarter Cuban, so it was kind of, but for whatever reason, I just can't do the French, like, thing. I took French in college, and I quickly realized I could not do French after speaking Spanish, and I just noped my way out of that class very quickly. So I cannot say that. I think that's French. Parfumé. I might cut that out. I sound ridiculous. But yeah, essentially it's a really fancy. I thought it was just candles at first, and maybe at one point it was just candles, but they actually have cologne and stuff now. Probably amongst other things, but we went to a nice mall. This mall has a bunch of like nice stores, like Rolex and Diptyque and like Louis Vuitton. You name it. And they had a Diptyque, and I ended up just going in because I told you guys I love a good smell, right? And I know about these candles from like celebrities that have endorsed them and stuff like that, but I went into, they had some colognes, and I was just looking around, and I smelled a cologne that was amazing, and I'll show it eventually, but it wasn't as expensive as I thought, but I wasn't going to buy it just because I was going to use my money elsewhere on my son. But my wife realized how badly I wanted it, and I think she just really wanted to buy me something, so she ended up buying me that cologne, and she got a free candle with the purchase, which is kind of cool. It's probably the least they could do given how expensive the cologne was. It wasn't, honestly, it's not the most expensive cologne I've ever seen. It's actually pretty reasonable, and it smells very unique, and yeah, I think it was, for me, I think it was pretty reasonable, but I know that's not everyone values cologne like I do, so, but like Louis Vuitton, very expensive cologne, Tom Ford's even really expensive cologne, I don't know. Anyways, this is a candle. It is, smells like berries. I don't know if you can see that. It smells really good, and it's a cute little box, and it sounds pretty good too. I eventually do want to do like a cologne video, and I will do that. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'll do it eventually for sure. Again, my collection, I only have like 4 or 5. But I know a decent amount about them. Yeah, so that'll be a fun video. But Diptyque, they have some very unique smells. Very unique smells. And the candles smell very unique too, which is kind of nice. We're a big like Bath and Body Works candle. No. We like the candles I showed you in the holiday video. But we will buy Bath and Body Works during a sale. Purely because they're easy to get. But they don't last a long time. The throw has not been, it's not the same as it used to be. The throw on these candles, and by throw I mean basically how far away you can smell it and the strength of it. For the size of this candle, it is insane how far away you can smell it, so the quality is there. And if you can't tell, this box is tiny. I'll take the candle out in this was a free gift. I would never buy this candle. These candles are expensive, like the actual candles, the actual size. They're ridiculously expensive, and I would never spend that much money on a candle that just burns away. I would be so stressed about burning it. I'm already stressed about burning candles. Like, I don't want to waste it. You know? I cannot waste that. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. I'm not gonna try. It says diptyque, 34 Boulevard, Saint Germain, Paris 5E, 34 Boulevard, Saint Germain. Must be the address. It says diptyque. And I'll open it up really quickly too. It's so strong. See, it's just a cute little candle. Like, it's so small. I love hearing like a different tapping and kind of figuring out which I like best. I still have one more thing to show you guys. Before I do that though, I want to try the box without the candle in it. I don't know if that was right, I'm gonna be honest. It's good, but it's strong. Okay, last but not least, and this is because in a few days second season of this show is going to be airing. Percy Jackson. This is, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is the set of books. And this is a newer set. I grew up watching the movies with like Logan Lerman and Alexandra Daddario and stuff like that, and which I loved. I love those movies. I never actually read the books. I think I might have read some of The Lightning Thief. So when the show was coming out on Disney Plus, it looked interesting. I love that kind of stuff. Like, obviously, I've told you guys I read like fantasy and all that. And growing up, I mean, this is what you stuff you kind of read when you like that genre. And but this story kind of fit exactly the kind of stuff I loved, right? Like, what kid would not want to like secretly be a demigod, and find out he has powers, and like, his father's Poseidon. I don't think that's a spoiler, but like, so that was like such a cool thing, and so I really resonated, like that resonated with me, the story, but for whatever reason, I just never got around to reading them, maybe because I don't know what year these actually, like when these came out. I might have just been a little old at the time. I had other stuff I was reading, or I just was reading other things, I'll be quite honest. But the movies came out, and I love those. And then I saw the show was coming out, and it looked really interesting and just a fun watch. And it ended up being a very fun watch. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot of fun. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna read the books. I don't care if I'm 30 years old, I'm gonna read the books. So I bought this. I think my wife got it for me for like my birthday or something like that. And I've actually, unfortunately, I think I've only read the first two. I started reading other stuff. You know what? I went from this to The Fourth Wing. I can talk about that as well if anyone wants to hear about my thoughts. I've read all three now. Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and then Onyx Storm. Maybe I'll do an episode just on that because I have a lot to say. Anyways, I just never went back to this, even though, I mean, they're very easy to read, and I might actually try to finish Sea of Monsters before the show comes out in a couple days. It's such a quick read. I mean, they're for kids, I'm gonna be quite honest, so I could easily storm through these in like a day or two. But they're great, good story. It's a simple story, but it's good. Let's see, the first one is called The Lightning Thief. The second one is called The Sea of Monsters. The third one is called The Titan's Curse. The fourth one is called The Battle of the Labyrinth. And the fifth one is called The Last Olympian. And I think there are technically more as well, but I don't know what they're called. I think they're connected. It might just be Percy, maybe when he's older or something, I'm not sure. But I believe I was at Barnes & Noble a few months ago, and there was like a new book. Maybe it was a part of this directly, but I'm pretty sure it said Percy Jackson and something. I don't know if it was technically Percy Jackson and the Olympians, but it might have been Percy Jackson and like a new series with Percy Jackson in it. I'm not sure. If anyone knows, let me know. But it's by Rick Riordan. I don't know if that's how you say it. Again, though, it's a great series. And I'll say the worst thing about this box set is that the books are packed in here. They're literally, it's bending the box. Like, I'm gonna see if I can get it out, but I struggle to get these books out. And I'm a fully grown man. Can you imagine if I was like the 12-year-olds reading this? This box would not be a box anymore. It would be shredded. That's interesting. It's like a very quiet tapping. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. Percy, and the Olympians. ANDTHOLYMPIANS. And that's Percy right there. And he has his sword. And, I was gonna say it's a hippogriff, but it's not. A Pegasus, maybe. I think it's a Pegasus, technically. It did come with a poster. I don't know if the poster's in here. Rick Riordan. So this is the first book. Lightning Thief. And I like this book. It was good. I'll read the back real quick. Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master, Lightning Bolt, has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now, Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with the father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle, which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves. That gives a lot away, I'm gonna be honest. Interesting. But yeah, maybe I'll do some reading from this in my next video, if you guys care. But yeah, I enjoyed this book. I mean, I knew I would, because I've seen the movies and the show and all that, and it was really easy to read. It was kind of like a relief how easy it was to read. Like, I didn't have to work at it, which sometimes is nice. For those of you that read a lot, sometimes it's nice. It's like watching a popcorn movie, kind of, you know. Anyways, yeah, maybe I'll do some reading from this week, or maybe another book. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. So that's all I have today, or tonight. But hopefully you guys enjoyed and you were able to kind of relax, maybe fall asleep even. Hopefully you didn't get amped up. I would be very concerned if this like energized you, but who knows. You do you. So anyways, thanks for kind of bearing with me through my late night rambles. Hopefully I didn't say anything too crazy. But this week I think I'm going to try to do maybe another 1 to 2 videos. We'll see. I have 2 planned. So yeah, stay tuned. And I appreciate all the comments and support that you guys have given me over the past couple weeks. Just insane, and I don't really know what to say other than that. Just thank you, right? So we're really close to 2,000 subscribers, which is just crazy to me. Complete insanity. So if we hit that, I might pass out if we hit that. So I'll try to get it on film so I can show you guys.